This is David Wilson. This is my speech for technical reporting. Here's my audience. Have you ever heard the phrase, "it's stored in the cloud"? Many people don't know what cloud computing is. I also wasn't too aware of it. Cloud computing is the act of storing your data with a cloud computing company off-site, instead of the traditional way of storing your data with database servers locally in the organization. Cloud computing is a relatively new technology and it's gaining a lot of popularity. Many organizations have decided to convert or have converted to cloud computing. The feasibility question that I had was, is it feasible for an organization to convert to cloud computing? And through my research, I found that cloud computing has many distinct advantages and disadvantages. One of the biggest advantages is that the IT department can see a lot of benefits. And this is because they no longer have to focus their attention on data storage methods or processes, because the data is being stored off-site with the cloud computing company. They also don't have to focus on that, so they can focus their attention on other issues or projects that the organization needs. Also, an organization can see reduced maintenance costs. They no longer have to purchase database servers or have to maintain those servers or other database storage methods. And they don't have to pay IT workers to maintain those servers as well. Also, an organization can see improved network performance. And this is because the data is no longer flowing across the network. It is on the database with the cloud computing company. So that will free up traffic on the network and increase the speed of the network, as well as just boost the performance of the network overall. Some other organizational benefits from converting to cloud computing is that it could give you a technological advancement over other competing organizations. And cloud computing can make a company more streamlined and efficient, which the customers can see and your fellow workers can see. As you can see on my visual, the top 10 advantages to cloud computing. High productivity is one. It's also very easy to manage, and it has high availability. However, there are some disadvantages to cloud computing. For example, the cost of cloud computing is one significant disadvantage. And that is because the more data that you have to transfer over to the cloud computing company, generally the higher the cost is to get started with cloud computing. And that goes the same with the less data that you have to transfer, usually less of a cost. Also, a primary concern for organizations that want to convert is the security of their data. Since the data is being stored in one physical location, if there is a data breach, it could all be taken at one time. Also, data loss and data availability is another concern. If there are issues with the cloud computing company's servers or network, the company may lose all of their data if they don't have their data backed up, or the data might not be available when the company needs it to be available. And this could also affect the customers or the productivity of the workers of the organization. Also, some companies have had contract difficulties with cloud computing companies. And since cloud computing is a relatively new technology, contract standards haven't really been formed yet. And some companies have been left in murky contract situations where their data storage needs aren't being met by the cloud computing company. Overall, I believe that each organization should look within itself to see if it is a good fit for cloud computing. And I do recommend that if an organization is small, has a small amount of data to transfer, or doesn't have any data storage methods in place, I believe it's feasible for the organization to switch to cloud computing. The next step would then be to contact a cloud computing company to find a plan that is clearly defined or a contract that is best suited for the organization's data storage needs. However, if the organization is large or worldwide, has massive amounts of data, or they already have data storage methods in place that are working correctly. I believe that is not feasible for cloud computing for that organization. The next step would be to continue to invest in data storage methods if they are working properly, or if the data storage methods are not working properly, it could attempt to store some of the data incrementally with the cloud computing company to see if that would work. I thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoyed it and found it informational. Thank you.